You are tuned to ARP on the Accelerated Radio Network. It's 12 noon, and it's time to have lunch. Lunch with the Finance Bunch. Lunch with the Finance Bunch. Lunch with the Finance Bunch. Bringing money talk you can understand. And now here's your host, Miss Charline.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Lunch with the Finance Bunch. Today is our anniversary show. Yay! Yay! So we have been recording this show for a year now. And today I wanted to introduce everyone to the crew that helps me put this all together. Let me tell you the premise of the show. Lunch with the Finance Bunch. I thought of the concept and I was given the opportunity by this wonderful radio station, Accelerated Radio. And my idea was to come on, yay, Accelerated Radio. And my idea was to come on the radio and talk about finance, talk about wealth building, because wealth building is a lifestyle. To build wealth is a lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle that you choose to become a part of. Is the road easy? No. But you can become a part of it. And so in order to create this show, I started with, it started as a concept. Nathan, who is to my right, you'll be able to see him on the YouTube, and then Elizabeth and Elizabeth and Jennifer, who are to my left, and then Paul, who you can't see, and then our sound engineer, E. They all make up the group. And so it started as a concept with Jennifer and Nathan and I, and we talked about doing this show. And we took all the ideas and crunched them, put them together, and we just started developing the show. And we did one show at a time. We really didn't know where we were going. We just jumped in and did it, right? And Elizabeth and Paul joined us because I wanted to record it and have a YouTube station. So the reason I'm going through telling you and explaining how the show got started is because it's to let you know that anyone can do this. If you have the desire to create something, you can. And you can do it with a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. You develop a team, and it happens organically. So I want to introduce you to my team formally. I have my videographers who make sure that the YouTube videos that you see are done so well. And that is high over there. Paul and Elizabeth, they are my videographers. And Elizabeth makes sure that my eyebrows are on and my lipstick is on. Because the guys weren't doing that. So when you look back at past episodes, you might see me with like one eyebrow. Because the guys were only concerned with the sound quality and the video quality, right?
Something to evolve from.
Exactly. Nathan is the one who makes sure all the guests get here. Nathan, he invites the guests. He follows up with them. He helps me in vetting them to make sure that the information we give you is from people who are professional. And then my sweetheart over here, Jennifer, she makes sure that the curtains and the carpet match. So she's the one who's my branding specialist, and she makes sure that, you know, everything we do, that we're not outside of our scope. You know, we don't want to confuse anyone. We want everyone to know that our mission here is, you know, wealth as a lifestyle and the components of it. And I have guests come on every week who are experts in their own field. I don't pretend to know everything. I bring on experts in their own field. And we talk about small businesses. We talk about insurance. We talk about fear. We talk about, you know, the things we needed to do to get to the place where we are, which is where everybody should be, is trying to rise to the top. So that being said, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to let someone else take a turn. So starting with Elizabeth. Elizabeth,
hi,
my videographer.
Yeah.
So tell us your background a little bit and what made you decide to come on and help me with this show.
Well, in terms of background, I've always loved film. I've always wanted to be an actress. And I guess I've always loved the arts and creativity. That's one thing that's basically been my legacy, for lack of a better word. I love all forms of art, and I love YouTube, and I'm addicted to it, and I like the concept of everything about it. And so I was gone for a while. When I came back, I found out about everything that was going on here because I heard about it while it was happening, and I was abroad. I was abroad.
As in another country.
But as in another like the lady.
Right.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I just found out about it, and I asked if I could come one day with Paul,
Right.
and it was like love at first sight, and I just am so happy that I did it. And in terms of everything that I've been through, I've been working and editing, and it just was like a perfect fit for me to join the team just by everything that I had been doing up until then, which is working with film sets. When I was in Germany, I was helping with sound and everything like that. So it was just interesting that this was here when I got back.
Wow.
So.
Okay. Jennifer?
Yes.
And so Jennifer and I have been together quite a while. It's been 2 or 3 years now. And we started out definitely not branding this show, but we just started out with concepts for other business ventures that I have. And so tell me a little bit about your background. Jennifer has a very interesting background, and so I want you to share a little bit with our audience.
Oh, sure. I am a lifelong artist, so I actually went and got my degree in photography, and then a couple years ago, I actually had my own creative business, and I decided to do a branding initiative. Little did I know it would end up getting worldwide attention, so when that literally went global, which was really interesting, I ended up actually securing a position in PR. So I did PR for a while, and then I moved into business consulting, which is, of course, when I met you.
Yes.
And then I actually was working for a while for a private equity firm, so I was working with startups, and that was, you know, an absolute joy to do, and now I've moved on to opening up my own firm.
That's wonderful. Now, what Jennifer didn't tell you, and I'm going to tell you, is that when Nathan introduced us and I asked him a little bit about her, he said, oh, she's wonderful and this and that. And so we got into a conversation, Jennifer and I said, so how did you start your branding initiative? She said, I jumped out of a plane in my underwear. I said, excuse me? And she said, I jumped out of a plane in my underwear. And I said, anyone who can jump out of an airplane in their underwear, I want them on my team. That means they are fearless. I want that person on my team. And we've been together ever since.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there was a purpose behind it. So the concept of, I just don't want people thinking that I cruise around doing things in my underpants. Here's me going to the grocery store in my underpants. No, that's not my thing. But actually, what it was is we called it our Be Bold initiative. And so it was our call to action for women everywhere to kind of take things that should break them and have them make them instead. So I got together an incredible crew of what I like to call warriors, because, you know, survive means that something got taken away from you.
Right.
Warrior means to me that you thrived through the experience.
Right.
So I had this incredible group of women who'd overcome eating disorders, been raped, dealt with really abusive relationships, and we all went jumping out of a plane together in our underpants. So yes, it was my Be Bold initiative, and it was really an incredible experience. And it really helped me kind of hone into branding, because as a photographer, I was always so fascinated by storytelling. Mm-hmm. And to me, branding was a really natural evolution, because all branding is telling the story of a product.
Right, exactly. And then Nathan, over here, Nathan is my right arm, and he's the one who helps me get all of this together. You know, I talk on the radio, yes, but this isn't what I do for a living. Mm-hmm. I'm in mortgage banking and have been for the last 20 plus years. And before that, I was in investment banking. And, you know, and then for a while, I taught financial literacy for programs. And so my whole background is in finance and mortgage banking and things of that nature. And so when I decided to do this show, I needed someone to help me bring it all together. And so Nathan came and helped me bring it all together. And Nathan, like I said, he schedules all of the people who come on the show. He vets them for me. He helps keep me organized. And he has his own business. And his business is organizing. And so he organizes everything from, you know, your office to your closets, to your garage, to your home, to your life. Yep. And so he's helping me with organizing. Yes. And so Nathan, tell us a little bit about you and what made you decide to join me.
Well, I did not start off in my underwear jumping out of a plane. But my background isn't that extreme. But no, but I've done a lot of different things. And I think what happened for me was I was one of those people in their early and mid-20s that didn't know exactly what they wanted to do with their life and felt very behind the curve in terms of everybody else felt, it seemed like anyways in my mind, knew what they wanted to do or were already doing it. So I just started noticing after a while that, sorry, thank you. I'm like,
Well, what you're not seeing is they're adjusting Nathan's mic so that you can hear him.
Yes.
But go ahead, because this is live.
So I started realizing after a while there's some common denominators and some common threads throughout all of the different not ventures necessarily, but activities and things that I was doing. And that was helping people be organized. And so from the restaurant and hospitality industry, and I was with a business consulting firm for a little bit, and an office administrative assistant type stuff, just helping people get organized. So I finally decided that I know better than everybody else, and I started my own business.
There you go.
I know how to do it better, so I'm just going to do it myself. And that's how I came to be on the show. I came to know you when I was with a business consulting firm.
Yes, in a network,
in a networking group, yeah.
That's right. So a breakfast group that we both joined.
Yeah. And we've been thick as thieves since then, and in one form or another. And now I'm helping you organize the show, and more conceptual than it is physical, which a lot of my other jobs are. So.
Right. Okay, my favorite over there, our DJ in the house, Ed. And since he controls the sound, he's giving himself large applause.
Yes.
So Ed came to our group, and he is the newest member of our team, and certainly a valued member of our team. We love you. We love you. And he makes sure you can hear us. So Ed, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Where do I start? I'm from Venice Beach. I'm beachy. I don't know. I'm shy. Stop this. I don't want to talk.
Well,
I was always into music. When I was younger, I didn't realize it, but it felt like I could see sounds, if that makes any sense. So like video game songs, I don't know. And I know how to play many instruments. I don't know. I don't like talking about myself like this.
Well, we're on live, so you have to.
I don't like this. But I don't know. That's how I started in what I do.
Okay. And then to become a part of the radio station, how did you become a part of the radio station?
It was my knowledge of frequencies, I suppose. And I kind of just fell into it because I was doing a lot of silly jobs. Like, my telemarketing game was super.
So you used to be a telemarketer?
Oh my God, I had like 30 telemarketing jobs.
Wow.
And then that, you know how that is.
Yeah, and then you landed in this and fell in love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, you're great at it.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
And we love having you as a part of the team.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
So Nathan wrote us a script that we never follow. And so we read it and we try.
This is what I do for a living.
I know.
It's the anniversary show. You can do what you want.
Exactly.
It's your birthday.
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
I'm a year old.
That's right. And you look so good. I mean,
Thank
look at
you.
that baby skin. It's really good.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to really talk because, I invited a lot of people to listen. We put it out on Facebook, to listen. And what I wanted everyone to know about this show is that we are concerned about our listeners. And the way that we're concerned about them, it's every age group. I'm concerned about youth. I'm concerned about the fact that they don't learn anything about financial literacy in school. I'm concerned that when you turn 18 and get out of high school, if you're not blessed enough to have a family that knows anything about a banking system or investments or anything, you're actually becoming an adult unequipped. I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about the fact that an 18-year-old may not know how to write a check or balance a checkbook.
Yeah.
Or know what a checkbook is. I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about, that age group between 21 and 30 who are trying to find their way, who are, if they were blessed enough to get an education, are now stuck with huge debt because of it. I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned that they